Okay, now we're officially recording. So I'm gonna go back and share this again and do page one. So getting busy on Facebook. So really just back what I was saying, but you're posting for them. And what I say by them, I mean people that are in a desperate need for what we offer. And that's not just healthy body, it's also healthy mind, healthy finances. And so I think it's really important we share all those aspects and we live this life out loud as a health coach. And what we mean by that is that we are living a life where we show like what Optavia has done for us and what Optavia has improved for us. And that doesn't mean we definitely want every post to be about Optavia. And, it doesn't have to be, because Optavia, literally means like living an optimal life. And so that is what we are trying to convey to people, that, we have this life that's a beautiful life, but whenever we've gotten into a healthy weight, or, we're taking charge of our finances and helping our mindset, those types of things, we want to show people that because people need it, and that's what we do. We are, the link in that chain, that we're helping them build a life that is better, that is optimal, that is their best life. So be the 4 Ps. That's kind of a thing that I came up with, but I'll talk more about that later. We've already kind of talked about these other things. And I think I want to really hit on be a positive influence. I think that's so important. And it's such a, it's such a growing trend on Facebook, if people are leaving Facebook and leaving social media and just being overwhelmed with negativity. And so that is why they're leaving Facebook behind, or that's why they, are turning away from things or don't want to watch it, because there's so much negativity on Facebook. And be a light. I mean, it, harks back to, I'm a believer in Christ, and I follow Jesus Christ, and we are called to be a light. So be that light, not only in person, but on Facebook, and be a positive influence, and, post with intention of being positive, and being that person that is on Facebook that people know they don't see anything negative come out of you, because it's not just living an optimally healthy life. It's living, to be the best version of yourself, and convey that through Facebook and in person, and add value. What I mean by that is, it's not always invitational what we do, in a way that it's like, look at this, amazing transformation, and I can help you with this, get up with me if you want. You can add value to Facebook because of the knowledge that you've gained through this program, as far as, eating healthy and posting healthy recipes and drinking your water, and, letting people know that there's all these healthy habits, you're getting your healthy motion in now. Like that is posting about what we do, even though you're not like putting out an ad for Optavia. You're not slapping somebody in the face with it, but you're posting things that can help these people, even if they don't do our program, and that it's kind of one of those things, like our pastor did a sermon on this, like, check your heart, because what we do as health coaches is we are here to show people that there's a better life. And even if it's not them signing up on program right now, if you continue to show people that there's a better way, they want a better way. They want to live a happier, healthier life. So we show that to them. And then eventually, hopefully they will be open to receiving that and take it. But if not, it doesn't mean that you don't ever help them, and that you don't ever show them love or give them some information that could help them. Strategy wise, the last thing is kind of join a group and contribute. So a lot of times people struggle with, maybe adding friends or having a circle of influence on Facebook. And this is a great way to kind of grow that circle of influence that you have. I'll just give a real quick example about this so we can keep on our schedule. But I've joined lots of groups on Facebook that are things that I am interested in as well. And so different things like a Christian men's accountability group, a Disney, because we go into Disney World and stuff like that, like a group about, planning for Disney World or whatever. I had a guy that friended me through one of those groups I was in, and this was probably, it was a year ago. It was a year ago that we became friends, and we've talked about the program before and all that. He actually just signed up for the program. He lives up in Pennsylvania. So it come to find out that one of his friends started doing Optavia and became a coach. And so he signed up with his friend, which is, look, it's great. I'm happy for him. I mean, I would love to have been his coach. But the point is like he saw the value in that. And the reason I know he signed up is because he wrote me personally and thanked me for, pouring that out and being that positive influence. And he said probably the number one reason why he signed up was because of what he's seen over the last year. And then his friend, came along, and long story short, he's doing Optavia now. So that's the win, because he's chosen to get healthy, and I'm super excited he's chosen Optavia because I love Optavia and I'm passionate about it, and I know he can be successful. So, some of you have been around for a little bit. You've heard this taught to death, but 3x3x3. This is the social media strategy that people have been using for like the last 4 years, and it works, period. So if you really want to utilize social media to grow your business, this is the path. This is the way to awaken people to what's possible, but also connect authentically with people, which is what's so important as well. And so this gives you that opportunity to do those things. 3 posts per day, which is recommended, usually 1 transformation post and 2 other posts that are about you, that are not about, specifically Optavia, but about your life. I mean, if you see me, I post about my kids, I post about my family, I post about getting a haircut, I post about whatever, going to get coffee, real life. I mean, it's that simple, really. I mean, it takes 2 minutes tops to make a post and just share your life with people and what you're doing. And that's really all it has to be. One very intentional post, showing people what's possible with a transformation picture. And if you need help finding those or whatever, you just let me know. I can help you. There's a page where we can pull those from that they're already approved and have the disclaimers and everything. 3 new friends per day. So once again, this is a simple thing. I mean, it pops up. You get suggestions every day on Facebook. Now, we wouldn't say like just add 3 random people. I mean, these should be people that people that you have had an acquaintance with before, not just some random person that has a friend that's friends with you. And so, try to be authentic with it. Try to be, what makes sense. And like I said, if you need help with this, there's a little exercise we can do to help you kind of get your brain going and think of people that that you're really not friends with on Facebook, but they're probably on Facebook. You just haven't found them. So once again, we can do that later. But really just kind of going back in time and thinking about like specific points in time and who you knew and who you were friends with and where you worked at and all those types of things. And are you friends with those people on Facebook? Those are things that can like jog your memory. And then 3 conversations a day. I think people struggle with this because when you feel like you're forced to have 3 conversations a day, it feels very unnatural. But this is just as natural as you seeing someone in a coffee shop or seeing someone at the grocery store. This 3 conversations a day is, instead of you seeing someone in person and igniting a conversation with them, you are starting that conversation on social media. And so the cool thing is it's super easy because it's already laid out for you, like what you potentially are going to say. Because just for instance, if you go to Sally Smith's Facebook page and you see that Sally Smith just got some pictures taken with her family for the fall, you could write Sally Smith a private message and say, "Oh my goodness, Sally, those pictures you just had taken were amazing. Who took them?" Or your son or your daughter or whatever, they've grown so much since I saw you last time. How are they doing? what's new in your world, blah, blah, blah. You know, these are the types of conversations that you have. These are genuine conversations. It is not you reaching out to people, you know, through private messenger and being like, hey, it's been a long time since I saw you. I didn't know if you knew, but I lost 66 pounds in 3.5 months doing a program, and I'd love to talk to you about it. Please don't do that. That's not the way. That is not an authentic, genuine conversation. That is you trying to sell them something potentially, and nobody wants that. Like, and we don't want you to feel that pressure, because once you feel that pressure, you back away from doing it, and you're going to say, I just can't do those 3 conversations a day. But if you're doing it authentically and sharing from your heart, you know, coming out of a place of care, that you care about these people, what's going on in their world, what's going on in their life, that's how you connect authentically with people. And it becomes very natural, and it becomes very easy. It's just the thing about getting started doing it. So it's a little awkward for you when you start doing things like this, probably because it's new. But once you start doing it, it becomes very natural, and it becomes easy. It's just like second nature to me now, because I'll just have a conversation with somebody through Messenger that I haven't seen in years, and it's okay. It's very normal, and it's very authentic, and I might not ever say anything to them about the program at all, but I'm building a relationship with that person, which is what really matters. So moving on from 3x3, proof of health coaching. And so I just want to like throw this out there. It is not this is not a hand slap, or, you know, nothing up here. I hope you all know, like, this is all teaching in love. And so just sharing like secrets and tips and things like that you might not be doing or might not think about. So where's the proof that you're a health coach? Because if you go to your Facebook page and say you go to my Facebook page, I'll use myself as an example. If you go to my Facebook page, it's clear that I'm a father. It's clear that I love coffee. It's clear that, you know, I am active on social media. It's clear that I used to be a nurse and that I still am a nurse, probably, you know, like those types of things. But if I didn't share my life as a health coach, nobody would know I was a health coach, or a very small percentage of my friends on Facebook would know that I'm a health coach. And so is there proof if I go to your social media right now, if I go to your Facebook page, will I know you're a health coach? Because, you know, this is not, like I said, it's not a guilt trip, but if I'm ready to commit to something and we're friends and I trust you and I know you're a health coach, I'm going to come to you because I know you have a solution for me. But if I just know that you've lost weight, or maybe I don't even know that, you know, I just saw you in person, I know you lost weight or something, but if you haven't shared that or whatever, I have no idea. Like there's no way for me to reach out and say, hey, what have you done? I'm ready to get healthy myself. I'd love to know if you did some kind of program or something like that, you know. Just think about that for a minute. Would I know? And then, you know, obviously it's easy to take that step and start sharing that life with people. But it's an important thing that people recognize you as a health coach and not just go, oh, I think my friend is a health coach. No, they should know. Like, you want them to know that you're a health coach without a shadow of a doubt. And it's free marketing. I mean, if you think of it in that way, like, Facebook provides free marketing for us, so utilize it. It's awesome. It's the easiest thing ever to, you know, to expand your reach. Okay, so here's the 4 Ps we were talking about earlier. This is very wordy, but it's easy to remember the 4 Ps. If you know, it's kind of like the old, like, doing a sermon type of thing. They're all starting with the same letters, so you can remember them. So the 4 Ps are psyched, proud, passionate, and persistent. And so just to review, like, this is what living your life as a health coach looks like, okay? And so I think a really important one, and why I put it first for psyched, is that, to me, excitement about Optavia and the way of life and the knowledge that you have, or whatever, you know, that you have this gift that you can give people, it trumps everything else. Because if you're excited about it and you are excited about talking about it, and if someone asks you about it, you light up because you're like, this has been the simplest thing and it's worked so well for me. If they ask you a question, you don't know it, it doesn't matter. You're just like, you know what, I'm gonna find out for you. I've never had that question before, but I'll find out for you and I'll get back to you. And then you follow up with them because you care about them. But being excited about what's going on in your life is so much more important than having a wealth of knowledge. I'll trade excitement for being a health coach for 5 years and knowing all the ins and outs and all the tips and all that type of thing, because you've got to be excited about it. Because if you're not excited about it, then what are you doing? Like, are you having fun as a health coach? And, do you enjoy the program? Those types of things. And like, just to, share with like what Ernest said, I could hear the excitement in Ernest's voice that he really appreciates Allison, his health coach, for being there and sharing this with him. Like, I love that. It's so important to have that. So, hold on, there was a question in the chat or something. So, number 2, be proud. So stand tall, be bold. And what this means is, you can read it, but basically what we do is sound science. I mean, it's backed by 30 years of research recommended by doctors nationwide. And not only that, but Medifast is our parent company. You can look on, all their business facts, and I don't want to talk about this a lot, but it's one of the most ethical companies in America. It is traded on the stock market and does very well. And so if there's any question about like what we offer, or, if this is a good company, you can be very proud of the company that you are working for and the company that you represent, because it's a really good company. And the purpose of the company is truly to get America healthy, and now, start next year to get the world healthy. And that truly is the mission statement for Optavia. So be proud when someone asks you about it. Be passionate. So this kind of ties into being psyched, but being passionate is, when someone asks you about it, like, you are full of joy and excitement about it. And it is life-changing stuff. You can not only help someone, shrink their waistline, but with Optavia, you can help them get off medications, help them reverse disease processes. It's not a one-dimensional thing that we can do for people here. And on top of that, that's just like healthy body. But on top of that, we can help people with, getting their finances under control, healthy finances, healthy mind. And be persistent. And, that's just relentless. And, if you're having a down day, it doesn't matter, post anyway, because you can, share something that potentially changed someone's life. And this is a super, super important thing. It kind of echoes back to the being psyched part. But being a health coach means you don't have to be an expert at anything. So this is why I've become an expert and not be an expert. This takes so much pressure off of you as a health coach, because there's nothing you have to know. All you, are required to do as a health coach is really just share, like what Optavia has done for you, and invite someone to, become a part of that if they're interested. Because we do have nutrition support and registered dietitians. We do have doctors and nurses. We do have, your mentorship team, like me, I'm a part of that. And even, up above, like mentors like Tanya and Charlene and the Johnsons and all them that some of you may not know, but we're all here to help, and we're all a big family. So be a part of that, and don't put that pressure on yourself to know everything, because that also, once again, like echoes back to have fun. Like, there's no need to, be the expert at anything. So don't put that pressure on yourself. Sweet. That's all I got. Let me see. There was a question earlier in the chat, I think. Yes, excitement. Thanks, Renee. I was just seeing that. When I'm doing my slideshow, I can't see the chat, so I was trying to pull it up. So anyway, that is the slideshow I got. And it's right on, 7:45, so perfect. I will stay on here for a little bit, and if anyone's got questions or anything like that about social media or coaching in general, I'm happy to help. I'm going to stop recording so we can put that on there later.